Hello and welcome to Batch Rocks. Today I'm going to do this Brazilian agate. I showed this earlier on when I finished up the last video, but I didn't wet it down. It's another one of the first 3 rocks I cut on the new Batch Brazilian Agate video, and it was the weird shaped one that had all kinds of lumps and bumps and everything, and I've got this valley here that I cut the piece off the outside edge. That's not it. This is it. Nope, that was it. No, it wasn't. This must be it. Why does it look so weird? Oh, this is it. Okay, yeah, it came over like that. Not like that matters. But anyway, I'm just going to make this into a teardrop shape type of thing. Just go with the shape that it's already in, and then I'll do another one shortly after, depending on how long it takes. And then I've got this plume agate that I haven't done anything with yet. I just cut it when I was cutting the edges off these pieces here. I cut something else, I don't remember what it was. But this one had a big piece over here that was kind of rotten. You can see the little rust in this, little bit of rust or limonite staining in this little pocket here, but it's not on this side over here. And it was just a big pocket of blue soft stuff. So I went on ahead and cut it off. I should be able to grind that part of the rust off, but this is going to be the face of the stone anyway, and it's going to kind of hang like this. But when I get to that, I'll show you on the video. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me zoom in on my wheels here, because this one's got to start on the 80 grit. Okay, here we go. Let's get started. Okay. Just checking to see how much water I'd used already. Checking my wastewater tank so that I could figure out how full my freshwater tank is. Probably not going to get to those other 2 anytime soon, but I don't know. This may maybe even come out pretty quick. I'm going to round the edges of it first to get my outside shape so that I can go from there, because I'm going to lose some of this because of that valley. Hey, that's my shape. I just got to go through and refine it. I've still got a little bit of that little valley sticking on this side. Stop looking over your glasses. Oh. What's up with the focus, dude? There we go. I know where it is. I'm too far below the... Anyway, there it is. It's just a small little hole left. I think I'm going to leave it, because otherwise I'm going to lose a lot of this up here. Let me get my light out. I know I've got a bunch of pits and divots in it still, and bad spots. Well, I shouldn't say bad spots, rough spots, scratchy spots. Got a little gouge on this corner right next to where that pit's at, but there's a couple of pits there actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'm going to go to the 280 wheel or 220 wheel and start finishing up, refining it, and going from there. So here we go. I don't know if I got any of that last bit or not. There's my shape. I've already taken it to the 220 or 280 grit just a little bit. I thought I had hit record, but I turned on my microphones, and that might have distracted me enough. It may have been a big enough squirrel to make me forget that I didn't hit record before I started on this wheel. But I just looked over, and they were both shut off with the lens or the monitor screen still flipped down to the sideways position. When you quit recording, you can flip them back up to the upright long ways position, and they'll shut off. And it'll shut off automatically. So, in that case, you're going to watch a little more of this, just because I need some footage to add to the video. It's still going to be short, but there it is after the 600 grit. I didn't show it after the 280. I needed to get some more little bits out of it. I knew they were small enough I could get them on the other one. Plus I thought I heard I was going to, but I thought I heard the UPS guy or the FedEx guy, whichever one it was, rip my saw blades. And I found out it's a good thing I didn't send the other ones back yet, because I'm a dummy. The ones that I bought originally had a little brass ring on the inside of them that made them a 1/2 inch, and it said 5/8/1/2 inch arbor. And I read the 5/8 in order. I didn't even pay any attention to the last bit of it. And when I looked at my sheet, or my order form, or my receipt, I guess you could say, shipping label inside the box, and it said 5/8/1/2 inch. And I had tried. I thought maybe that's what it was. That's what the case was. When I opened them and tried to put them on, and they wouldn't fit. But I couldn't get the brass ring out of it. Turns out I just didn't try hard enough. I just took my little 1/2 or 1/4 inch drive socket wrench, stuck the base of it. It was just a little over a ½ inch wide and rounded. And I just took it and set it in the center and popped it like this and it broke loose. But I had pushed and pushed and pushed. I even used my fingernails on it the other day. But I had been working on rocks, so my fingernails were soft. That's why I couldn't get it out, evidently. So now I got some 9-inch blades that aren't long enough, or aren't wide enough. When I measured that, the one that was on there, it was an agate cutter blade, brand name agate cutter. That's not a scratch. There's something on my finger. There's a smear. But it looked like a scratch. But anyway, I measured it. I thought I could have swore it said that it was I could have swore that the tape said it was 9 inches, a little over 9 inches, 9¼ I think, something like that. But when I put the new blades that I ordered, which were 9" by 5/8, I set it on top of the agate cutter blade that I had in the sitting beside the saw that when I was taking it off the old one. And it was about a ½ inch smaller than that one. The new blade was about a ½ inch smaller. And I'm going to go ahead and start this on the 1200 blade. And I'll just go ahead and show it to you when it's done. I think I've got enough footage now for all of it. Close enough. Okay, here's the final product. I took it to the aluminum oxide also. And I'm still looking over my glasses. Got my regular glasses on instead of the 3.25s. Got my 175s on rather than the 3.25s. There's the other side. And this was just like all the other, a lot of these Brazilian agates had aluminum oxide to it for that, just in case it is. I didn't show this with the light behind it. That side's going to be the face. Just because it's got the bigger pocket down here, that little bottom end of that long pocket, and there's more lines around the outside of it on this side than there are on the back side. You can probably see them with the light through it, but you can't see them as much without the light as you can with it. And let's go back to this camera again. I should have done this different, but that was the front side again. And here's the back side. It's a nice stone. It's a beautiful stone. I like it. The next one's not going to be quite as good looking. It might not be too bad. It does have lines in it, but they're not as good. And I've got another piece here. This piece here is of the same agate, but it's got this vug right here, crystal druzy vug, but it's too close to the edge. So I'm just going to take this one and knock the little sharp corners off of it. And make a sample out of it. Just because I could make something out of it, but I don't want to lose that druzy pocket. So there's two druzy pockets there. There's this little one here, and then there's that one there. Let's show it on this other. And I'll explain this again on the video when I go to do it. And we'll take it from there. Here's the... Nope, that's a different video. Never mind. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment, any comment. stay tuned for the next one. And hope you're having as good a day as I am. I got 2 stones done finished today. And so now I can relax for a day or two. So I'll have 2 more videos. Once I edit them, I'll have enough videos to go for Sundays. I got Fridays already. I put up today's last night, and I've got these 2 videos, last 2 stones. I had another. This was the other side of that oval cab that I just did on the video for Wednesday. Okay, I'm going to interrupt the ending of this video. This was supposed to have gone up Friday. Today's Saturday. It's a day late. I lost my well, I shouldn't say I lost. My DaVinci Resolve program started messing up, and they couldn't tell me how to fix it at DaVinci Resolve. I had to go on the forums, and I decided I wasn't doing that, so I went on ahead and downloaded the free DaVinci Resolve because I found out you can still use it whether you're making money off the videos or not. That's the only reason why I thought I had to buy the original program for $300 to begin with. But but it took me 2 days. Friday I called him up, and I think I got a little too antsy with the guy. I didn't yell or scream or any of that stuff or call him anything, but I did say a cuss word or 2 here and there because he wasn't able to help, and I didn't want to have to go through a bunch of questions and answers, and I couldn't find anything on the forum that where I could put in a question. I could search, but I couldn't put in a question. And I hate that because they come up with half of the ones they come up with doesn't have anything to do with what you were wanting to search for. It's just got one word out of what your whole search sentence was about. And that's why they flagged that particular answer to come up, you know, and I didn't have time for all that stuff. I'm 66 years old, and I don't need any of that. I don't need to be doing all of that. I don't need to spend all my time on the internet. I'm spending all my time on this and taking care of the place. But anyway, I'm making this video longer and longer. I'm not trying to, but so I'm going to put out 2 videos. I'm going to put out one today and one tomorrow. This one today is one that's supposed to be up Friday, and then tomorrow, the one I'll put up tomorrow will be for Sunday, and I'll be back on schedule, so I should be okay. The free DaVinci program is working just like the old program, almost. Well, I think it actually is. I thought it wasn't, but I was on the wrong page. And I don't know how I did it. I normally go to that page to begin with. I normally go to the edit page rather than the media page, or the first 2 pages on there are one's media and one's cuts, where you can cut your clips down into smaller clips. And that might be handy, but I don't know that I want to do it that way because I don't know that I can figure it out, because I've been messing with it trying to edit a video, and you've only got one line, and there's no just drag the video over to the edit side, and then it drops down to the play. This time you got to drop it over it. You can drop your clip in there. It's only got one window at the top with video in it, and you got to drop your clip in there to watch the clip, and then I could edit it out of that. But then I had to drag it down, and then I had to go back and click on the next clip that I needed, or the same clip sometimes, to get it back up where I could go through and do some more. And I couldn't figure out how to just pull over the audio or the video, and I also couldn't turn down the first part of this whole video, except for this part right here, is going to be on the other page. I did the last little tidbit of it in there, the actual ending on this camera, not the one zoomed in, and it's all on that other page where I couldn't add I couldn't decrease the volume in the audio or increase the volume, because when I was on this microphone, evidently the other microphone was over here, and it wasn't hearing they weren't hearing it. This one wasn't as loud as the one on this camera. So I couldn't, and I tried turning it up, and that turned all the other stuff up where it was too loud. It turned the whole timeline up. It wasn't just that one clip, and I highlighted just that one clip to turn up, but it didn't work that way. Then I figured out if you turned them down before you drug them down into the timeline, you could do that. But it put all the next ones, if you had it, you get it. Well, no, it didn't either. But anyway, but then when I tried to put for some reason, when I tried to put the canned music from YouTube down on there to go over the one that I fast forwarded, I only fast forwarded one because of that very reason. And when I couldn't put the canned music over it, I was able to turn the volume down. It's just a slight hissing from the wheel, and it's this wheel here. When I was working on this wheel here, and it's got a slight hiss to it, but other than that, I couldn't get the music to go underneath it. So, but there will be music on all of the next ones because I've got to the right page now. And I can do all that now because I know what I'm doing on it. The other one was like the one I tried the one for these cameras, and it didn't work out for me because you couldn't edit it. You had to drop it all in the timeline first and edit it in the timeline before you could go back and do more, I think. Now, you probably could have. Well, no, I didn't see any place to put any marks in the only video up above. There was only one video view screen, and then you had your clips, and then at the bottom was the timeline. And you couldn't read I couldn't find a place where you could mark the video before you drug it down to the timeline. You could only mark it once you drug it down to the timeline. So and then I found out it's not a very good program either. Well, I didn't care for that anyway. There was nothing else I could do with it. But anyway, I'm back to my good program. So stay tuned for there'll be if I don't get it up tomorrow night, I should get it up tomorrow night. Or well, fairly early tomorrow morning, not real early, but before noon anyway, I think. Because it didn't take me long to edit a lot of these other ones. I mean, I'm making them shorter now. I'm trying to keep them around between 20 and 30 minutes. And so you guys take care, and thanks for watching, and thanks for putting up with me and all of my misfortunes. You guys have a good day.